Welcome everyone to the special State of Play covering the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Alright.
What happened to this place?
Breaking news, Midgar's in deep shit. In other news, water is wet.
And rule over the planet.
We have to help them.
You coming?
Way ahead of you.
Let's get to work.
Let's get to work.
I will reclaim our world.
Final Fantasy V Rebirth.
Alright, I'll be Kitase.
皆さんこんにちは。
Hello everyone.
スクエアエニックスの北瀬義則です。私がシリーズプロデューサーを務めるファイナルファンタジー7の最新作、ファイナルファンタジー7リバースがついに2月29日に発売いたします。本作のストーリーは主人公クラウドとその仲間たちが宿敵であるセフィオスを追いかけ、魔法都市ミッドガルの外にある広大な世界へと足を踏み出すところから物語が始まります。今回のステートプレイでは、ゲームの魅力を凝縮した最新のトレーラーをはじめ、特別なゲーム紹介映像をご用意しています。また、重要なお知らせがありますので、ぜひ番組の最後までお付き合いください。それでは
The game's cancelled. Fuck you. There's your fucking announcement.
Wow, the biggest blue balling in all of history.
They made this entire game just so they could cancel at the last minute just to fool everybody.
Hi, David Zaslav. I didn't know you took over Square.
That would be something that would happen if Liv was president of Square.
A watershed moment for all mankind. Hey kids, sorry we're late.
There's Palmer.
Now, who wants to be the first lucky lady? Hey, boss! Your guests are here! At long last, the knave returns. I refuse to be upstaged a second time!
That guy looks like he has 8 arms.
Actually, he does. Gilgamesh has 8 arms, please.
Yeah. In the meantime, motorcycle guy still wants to fight.
Also, personal space.
Guys, stop shipping me with Sephiroth. I hate the bastard.
That felt like it was made for the food, Joseph.
Everybody wants to fuck Cloud.
I'm back.
We ask that you retrieve
The
the black
tribe.
materia, key to our oblivion. Please. It alone can liberate us from this endless dream.
Sure.
Passing through.
Oh my god, she sees me. What?
Tifa!
Not a fan.
I don't think she's the worst character. Also, Barrett in the sailor outfit. I don't think she's the worst character, but she's a bit bland if you ask me.
Of course they get some outfits.
That's what this is
Here's the
for.
thing, her only primary apprance before this game was Crisis Core, and she doesn't do much in
That's the
that game
thing, she was
anyway.
also one of the playable characters before Crisis, but it was Crisis Core that gave her more of a personality and identity.
Well, that's what this remake's called.
King,
Rebirth, sorry.
Hold this thing over right now.
You said that Sephiroth is your foe. I have a history with him.
You wouldn't believe what he can do.
You say he's your foe, but I saw that scene back there.
It's the crash-free water skiing levels.
Ew.
Wait, don't misunderstand.
It's it.
You'll need
Put those over the biking levels,
When you're
Shuri.
ready, I'll be here. An emissary from Wutai is here. Sent by Viceroy Saru.
Yeah, I think I have an idea who that might be.
goddamn blood on my hands.
Anakin Skywalker?
Oh,
my
that's
god.
9. I just don't understand why they did not color his hair that much. Supposed to have purple hair in the original.
Don't do this!
But I'm no fool.
Sephiroth! Hey!
No, not you.
But I didn't even ask you anything.
Here,
He
take it.
does that.
This isn't about me, though. It's about saving the world.
He's a pretty vague guy.
Arif, are you trying to change the time stream continuum with that move?
Okay.
You've already done that. What more can you do at this point?
Now hold on, that looked like Slough blocking a certain downward strike that I recall.
Alright, Libs, you can do Hamaguchi. Go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Naoki Hamaguchi, the director of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I hope you like what you saw in the trailer. Moving on, I'd like to take some time to give you a more in-depth look at Rebirth.
Okay, let's watch.
So, Cloud showing off.
Remember, these are the events from Remake.
I guess seen from the perspective of Machine Soldiers. Again, apparently they were just gonna call these best in the timeline where Zack leaves, everyone else died.
How lovely. How many parts of death are there gonna be in the in this game, I wonder?
In Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cloud and his companions triumph over destiny. Leaving the city of Midgar behind, they step out into an unfamiliar wilderness. It is here that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth begins. The stage upon which this ragtag band story unfolds is both vast and varied. The world is made up of multiple regions, all seamlessly
What the fuck happened to Fort Condor? Now it's an island.
The grasslands.
An earthquake or something?
I guess, that's the divergence in the timeline.
It's what happens when you mess with the timeline.
The Junon
Oh, we're in Hoenn.
The butterfly effect.
Where a metropolis by the same name overlooks the ocean, a symbol of Shinra's military might.
Sir, that guy doesn't have the same... That guy has a big sword for some reason. He's not one of
That's
us.
the thing is, before Crisis Core tried to make it super special, the Buster Sword was implied to be basically the standard rotation two-hand sword for every soldier.
Shame we never...
Also, Aerith riding on the scooter.
Yes, that was cute.
So what's the timeline gonna be here? The soldier, the whole group dropped that sword because it was too bulky, and so Cloud sticks out like a sore fob.
I mean, to be fair, it's pretty much benefiting that the Buster Sword is a unique weapon, but it's not like the Keyblade where everyone will go, oh my god, that guy is to be targeted. It's just, oh, that guy's a bulky sword? Cool. It's really only those closest to the Buster Sword that know about its legacy that Crisis Core retconned in.
Will even extend to the high seas.
Meridian Ocean.
That's what it's called.
There's more to do.
You named an ocean after a TV company?
First, let's look at world intel. Assisting Chadley with his research will deepen his understanding of the world.
So you activate these
the Ubisoft towers, yes.
Yes, the Ubisoft towers and get more
such as
stuff.
wrangling chocobos.
You can ride chocobos at will.
At their mog stools.
Monk's house is being retconned to be a bombardment zone.
I like how in this case Mog's actually real instead of being on one of those arcade things from
I think it's just supposed to be
Golden
like
Sun.
virtual reality.
You can play the pixely
mysterious artifacts.
God, we're in Minecraft.
I guess it's an evolution of the Fort Condor minigame only with your character. Also, the multi-resistant didn't really die in third grade.
I guess they survived that after all.
Well, technically, I don't think we saw all of them die. We just
They were involved in the Sector 7 crash.
If I recall correctly, it's like it was implied they died, but we never saw any bodies.
We didn't saw the body.
If you never saw any bodies, there weren't any bodies.
Allow me to quote your favorite Layton game. Exactly, we didn't find the body, which means he didn't die out there.
Also, Red 13 can strike a JoJo pose.
If there is no body, I ain't buying it.
No bullet was found, therefore it didn't exist.
And now we got total wipeout, but with frogs.
Some, like Johnny's questline, borrow aspects from the
Obtain the
original
ransom
FF7.
note.
Yeah, you have
while
to.
others highlight
You have to actually save
content
Johnny's
exclusive to
from
Rebirth.
trouble again.
You'll find all sorts of jobs.
But
The
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
I'll
side
see the
quests that.
and don't worry if you
And even
miss some
minigame,
later.
also,
Story
As for
Jesus
those
progression
Christ.
models earlier,
affect your
Shiro, no,
sight.
those shipping models
You
are
can
meant to be
always
go
throwbacks
back
to the
to
original
try out
character
loose
models from
ends.
the original game.
There we
What
are.
are we
Is this
doing?
Experience the story.
Is this
They're
the first
rolling
time we've
around.
seen-
Leave them alone.
Is this the first time we've seen Tifa play the piano?
While some minigames
Think
are
so.
tied to world intel,
I have to wonder what
many are not.
the cats think, like the actual cats think when they see kids
popular
there.
ones from the gold saucer.
That's a good question,
3D
actually.
brawler.
Who is this traitor, and why is he walking on two hind legs? He should be
It's
having...
like, what the fuck are you?
An hour's Rocket
The
League.
existence is annoying. I'm
Oh, and look at
proud.
that, you can break more
While
boxes.
still more are completely
Yay.
ready to rebirth.
No, that's the thing,
Cloud,
Shiro, like,
Cloud can avenge the ashes of his mother.
remember, Shiro, Nomura is the creative director of this project, of the remake project, and he's a big cat person. So that was probably his idea.
Also, I'm guessing
Though
the.
this one is not in
What
the original,
the
I highly
fuck?
suggest you check out the card game.
Well,
How
yeah.
is anyone going to be fooled by
Wow,
that?
like I said, Red 13 can bust all them moves, apparently.
Enjoy collecting
Pedro,
all
you
the
will
cards
play
and
the
building
card
your
game.
own
Well, is the card game gonna be good at least? Hopefully it will.
He's planning to use the black materia, but I won't let that happen. He has to be stopped by etc. And I'm the last.
While mini-games and map exploration are a big part of Rebirth's charm, there's more to it than just that. Rebirth provides a cinematic experience. with
Also,
even
cinematic
higher
storytelling,
quality
because
content.
Oh, get it, get it.
Go
And man,
backwards,
get it.
Lisa.
Mandy Moore
This
played
is
Aerith,
going
and now,
Cloud
just like
and
Entangled,
company
they're
after the
doing the
escape
paper
Midgar, up through to
lanterns.
their arrival at the Forgotten Capital.
Aerith thing, yeah. Well, okay. Unless they get a sound alike, unless they get like a different singer for it, we get to hear Brianna White sing.
Wait a minute,
That would be
wait a minute.
something.
One that
Time race. I thought we
ultimately
got rid of
decides
you guys
Aerith's
back in Remake.
Well, that was
Once
just
you
a
finish
speculation of the
Rebirth,
characters.
I'm sure you'll agree that no other game makes you feel quite this close to its characters.
Not even him.
Let me just.
As
Well,
for
remember,
Graphics.
remember, guys.
Rebirth makes full
The
use of the
super
PlayStation
duper high
5
quality
and
3D
SSD,
graphics, as well as the cinematics,
meaning we
were a
could
big
use
selling
much
point of the
higher
original
resolution
game back when it was
assets than
being
we could
marketed.
in Remake.
So,
Yeah. Also, yeah,
And they were
graphics.
still learning the
Let's
blink of an
please don't sue us if your PS5 explodes.
if you go back and check the
Maybe
original
60
trailers for
FPS
the original
frame rate
PS1
with
game, you'll notice that
performance
they emphasize the story, the cinematics. It's like
Yeah.
seeing.
Oh
a movie
yeah, I
and
know.
shit.
Also, I love how
Yeah,
performance. I love how performance
Or
mode and graphics mode
prioritize
barely
4K
look
resolution
different.
With graphics mode.
I'm gonna use performance mode
Whichever
for my
you prefer.
playthrough.
Yeah, if I have to be honest, John, okay, I know that I'm probably insulting other people by saying this, but I have to be honest, I really
character
don't understand
interacts with the
too
world
much
in
of a
their own
difference
way.
with the 4K meme.
I
Maybe
don't.
on a bigger
Control
screen,
different
I
characters.
guess. But,
You should watch more of the
You
Dual
see
Foundry
swings
videos
across
too. Like if you
gaps.
actually see back side-by-side comparisons, there are some differences. Just that you only notice them when you're
Tifa has her
watching
grappling
side-by-side
gun.
comparisons.
My personal take on
Reds
graphics
can
is
climb
this.
along walls.
Yes, it's a great plus to have graphics. However,
Kate
those
Sith
should just be a
grabs and
plus,
throws
since I do
items.
feel like a lot of game budgets get ballooned by companies trying to make
And
graphics
Aerith
look
manipulates the
way
light stream.
more uber 4K and
Oh,
realistic than they
challenges you
need to
face.
be.
And
Yeah, like the Red
Aerith-
Dead 2 development fiasco.
Oh
yeah.
I love that game,
Now for
but
the music.
there
hold
are
on, let me hear
unfortunate.
this.
We wanted to pay respect to the original FF7's tracks, but also challenge ourselves by matching the
Sense of
feeling
calm.
of each scene, which resulted in some truly innovative.
Again, summer outfits. Look forward to those.
Like, for example, the following.
There's the mimetic theme that even Final Fantasy IX couldn't escape.
Well, it was
Wasteland.
just an Easter egg pulled randomly, I think. It was just no Uematsu deciding to do it.
How is that? If you enjoyed
Cosmo
what you heard,
Canyon,
we
loved
recorded
the
well
Smash
over
remix.
400 new tracks for this
Over
game.
400!
So where that
Holy
came from.
shit.
Now, speaking of
Wow, that
Smash,
vinyl's gonna be
Composers were
fat.
busy.
Bonds of friendship.
Also,
No!
dating
Your
mechanics.
party's
I mean,
bonds
not for
aren't
nothing.
just
I mean, not for nothing.
reflected in
Table.
story,
Friendship is one of
but
the
through
big themes
gameplay
of
as
stuff.
well.
Yes, but
Dating,
you don't have to,
no, like, farming sim friendship points, let's
you
go.
don't have to ever constantly.
Change
The
the
primary
way you
theme is
come
life,
to
yes,
feel.
but also.
Let me put it this way,
So-
Pedro. There is friendship and then there's Tia Gardner's
These
friendship.
feelings affect
So I'll,
day.
Well, yeah.
I'll
so-
assume
something I'm sure many of you are
So
excited about.
I'll assume you guys will want me to keep going on the Tifa route.
Yes,
Even
please.
allies who weren't available in your
Oh!
No, date Kate Tifa. I dare you.
Stick to Tifa for the love of God.
No. You date everyone.
That's what I'm sure. Well, we have to choose. We can just, thanks to YouTube, we can see
So
all
your outing
different
there will
routes.
no doubt be a highlight of the game. Already have someone who you'd like to go with?
You first.
Cloud?
Well, we hope they feel the same way too. Your companions will share a bond not only with Cloud, but with each other as well.
So I think the implication is that now you can potentially date everyone on the party now.
Yes, eventually people were not dateable. Remember, the original date was between Eri, Tifa, Yuffie, and as a joke, also Barrett. Well, that leaves Red 13 and Kate Tifa.
Oh God!
Yeah, date Kate Sif, that would be hilarious.
So let me get this straight. So either Cloud becomes a furry or a kleptomaniac, since Kate Sif is technically a doll when you get down to it.
Well, that means
will grow stronger
mechaphile, I
and learn
think.
new synergy commands. Part of what makes Rebirth's combat so fun is all the different character combinations.
Anyway, yeah, we did saw this as a, integrated effort that you can combine attacks like this. And sure, there seems to be enough variety.
It seems like there'll be more of an emphasis on Eris's title live stream in her moveset as well, which leads me to speculate that, based off
we'll get to see that some of the other, again, in some particular seasons, also the non-active party members are doing something like in the background.
It does look like you can have some potential combos going on between certain pairs.
Hey,
oh God, Kate Sif can
literally children combo. Hey, I guess it was inevitable.
Strategic planning has been
At the very least, they did more in that particular frame than the entirety of Advent Children. I suppose.
Will this? Oh my God, you can have Kate Sif riding Cloud riding the Moogle bot. Jesus Christ. Will this remake finally make you... I'm Tetsuya Nomura, the creative director of Final Fantasy VII. What did you think of this latest reveal? Hopefully it got you excited for the massive adventure that awaits Cloud and company. Before I go, I have a very special announcement.
Leave me alone.
So how was the weed?
Very good.
Oh,
Today we're releasing a demo of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's out now. This demo includes the all-important Nibelheim flashback where you can play as both Cloud and Sephiroth. And between now and Rebirth's release, we'll be adding a portion of the Junon region to the demo.
本作の特徴である自由度の高いエリア探索を体験してください。詳細な情報は公式サイトや SNS をご確認ください。ぜひこの豪華な体験版をお楽しみいただきつつ、本作の発売をお待ちください。
Sure, do you think Cloud can give Renter a run for his money? Maybe?
I was about to say, in this...
Nah, sorry, they don't call him Chad Taro for nothing, you know?
Also,
sorry,
yes,
Cloud.
yes, you can feel
every moment across the vast world of haptic feedback.
You can feel the chains literally holding you down.
Sadly, my PS5 controller's gonna constantly not let me press the button. Oh, we get hologram air. Hologram air. Oh my God, she's AI. Shit.
But yeah, no, like
AI Aerith.
But yeah, no, like, well, in this timeline, Cloud's totally gonna go for that 100 girlfriends grind set. Especially since I know that they're playing with us on that cutscene, but they really seem to be hinting that, that one scene is not going to go the same way as it did in the original.
That is true, but I checked during the actual confrontation with Sephiroth, there's a panning shot on the party members, and Aerith is not there unless they are playing up to some degree and basically saying that she's only incapacitated and shows up later. I don't know. But again, that's just speculation, and thankfully the game is almost out.
Yeah. I think I figured it out anyway.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay, let's hear your speculation.
Well, based on the new dating mechanics, if you get a lot of friendship points, she lives. If you don't, she still gets stabbed.
That's actually interesting. I mean, granted, I guess that would mean they would have to commit to multiple different endings, but I guess if they keep it to just
Oh, I'm purely joking. This is just the farming sim brain rot that I'm going through right now.
I mean, the sad thing is I have seen certain games that have done that sort of stuff, so it's not completely outside the realm of possibility. Alright then.
Final thoughts, Shiroi.
Yeah, looks good. I do hope that obviously this particular direct state of play rather doesn't give the full impression of what I'm about to talk about, but this is just, since the game is coming up soon and we have the demo now, I hope that it is a bit more newcomer friendly, because the first part of the remake was up until the last section, and I hope they tone down on that kind of thing for the second part.
Sorry,
because
what was it you hoped that they toned down on?
Stuff that you have to have. Okay, in the last couple of hours of the game, they really hit you with a lot of stuff that if you've never played anything from these games before, or even just played the base 7, you're not going to know about. Right. And remakes are supposed to it's good to have nostalgia for longtime fans, but they're also supposed to serve as an introduction to new people. And although the remake was fine for the most part 1 at least, the last couple of hours were very unfriendly.
That's the thing, Shiroi. Like,
and I know a few of us had that problem in the original commentary. Like, all the Easter eggs they start throwing at you.
That was the problem of a remake as a whole, Shiroi, because it was advertised as straightforward, but at the end it tries to be something more. So it caught by surprise everyone. But go on.
I just hope that they learn from that for the rest of this. But I mean, it looks good. It sounds good. It seems like you might get some more downtime with more than just a handful of characters, so that's good.
That does actually make me wonder. They showed us the gameplay of most of the characters except Vincent and Sid, despite...
They're not playable.
So we know that for certain at this point?
They had mentioned that months ago.
That would be weird if they don't make them playable by the time of that scene.
See, I get the idea is basically your pilot for this. He's just piloting the tiny Bronco and he's like, give me a call when you need a lift or something. Vincent is a bit more weird. I wonder what the story does to justify that.
Yeah, I think that's it. It just looks really promising so far.
Alright, Dweebs.
Yeah, the game looks like a lot of fun from what I'm seeing in the trailer. I'll be interested to see how much they improve from the last game. But one thing I'm looking forward to actually is the Gold Saucer, because I do like doing the odd side quest every now and again, and I know the Gold Saucer isn't a side quest necessarily, but the stuff in it is. And having played stuff like the 14 version of the Gold Saucer, I'll be interested to see what you can do, that you're not stuck with the limitations of an MMORPG.
Well, you see from the trailer clips, aside from the mini games of the original, which all of them that were available by the time of this one, so the G-Bike, the Rock and Sock'em type of punching, similar to that, in the Chocobo Racing, they seem to have added a couple of new things just for kicks.
Yeah, like Rocket League.
Yeah, with Red 13, sure.
Yeah, fine. Why not? I'll just pretend I'm playing Rocket League. And
I mean, I think it was it Brentalfloss' song that emphasizes the abundance of mini games of the original. I forgot. Go on.
And I am looking forward also to the music. Because I mean, from what I heard of the welcoming march, at least the little bit of it we've heard, it does sound like it's going to be it sounds like it's going to be good stuff. At least I'm assuming it's going to be the composing team from the last game.
Yeah, most likely. They did mention 400 tracks, so I do wonder if they still have a couple of guest composers like the original, like the first remake did. So we'll have to see, or hear in this case.
Yeah, I even think 3 guys can do 400 tracks by themselves.
That also means an average of 100 tracks composed per year. Like, that's kind of insane.
Okay, like I guess
I wish some luck there.
I wonder. Let's keep in mind that they're considering this all one big project despite spreading it out across multiple games. I wonder if maybe we know that, where Remake lifts up, but maybe the composers were always composing in the background, even still on that regard. So I wonder if maybe they've been spreading that out across the entire course of this project's development.
I'm just hoping they did not get overstressed, because again, as also noted in our commentary, the composition remake, as good as they are, they denoted a level of speed that probably would have been stressful for the musicians.
Yeah.
So here's hoping.
And this is, again, unfortunately, a bit of a thing as well, as Shuri pointed out in the game industry, that sadly, with some of the best-looking games, there were apparently, at the very least, allegations of not-so-great development conditions in that regard, which is why, again, I say that, yes, it is good, and arguably, to a degree, important that games look their best, but they don't need to look like ultra, instant, 4K, oh my god, eye-popping, real if it comes at the detriment of someone's well-being. Like, just looking good, and heck, maybe even stylized so that you can save on the graphics budget, is okay in my book. I mean, I know that they made their bed and slept and are sleeping in it with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, but still.
Well, that's what we have to see anyway. That's just...
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The game's out in a couple of weeks, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, I might as well throw my hat in the ring on this stuff. Overall, I like what I see, but I am a bit in agreement with what Shura said, in that I do hope that they are more wary on how they're playing with the fans' feelings on this stuff. And yeah, it's a bit of a damned if they do, damned if they don't, given the fact that, well, okay, if they still do things the exact same remake-wise, then that makes the whole Time Ghost stuff from Remake all completely pointless. On the other hand,
we saw Jova in one of the trailers in the State of Play. Again, the idea at the end of this one is still relatively different, as in, for starters, we'll still probably fight Sephiroth instead of, one of the Genova forms.
Which, yeah, leads me to believe we'll probably get another One-Winged Angel remix.
I listen it again in the meantime. Yes, it's present in the trailer. I can tell you it's different because this time, here's a novel concept, they remember to adapt the central part. Wow!
Well, didn't they technically do that even in the, remakes in the middle?
It's one of the things that kind of irks me a bit more about the One-Winged Angel version of Remake Part 1, is that in all its chaoticness, it basically adapts almost everything except that segment in the middle, which coincidentally happens to be my favorite part.
Oh, you mean that
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that bit. Yeah, you're right, that was missing from Remake. Although this leads me to again wonder, how are they going to, save, I guess, their best for last, when what I assume is going to be the last thing, which will probably be called Reunion.
Well, we'll have to see. We're probably years away, and we don't. If it takes that long, it probably will even be on the PS6 at this point.
It's a possibility. But yeah, no, it looks nice. I do find it weird that Sid and Vincent aren't going to be playable, especially since, again, if they're ending this on, okay, we don't need to tap dance around it, Aerith's potential death scene, it feels weird to not have a moment where the whole party is potentially playable or active, which is...
We even get promotional materials of the entire party together, so yeah, it does feel weird.
This does leave me on that speculation that Aerith might actually survive, but it'll turn out that this was actually part of Sephiroth's plan for Aerith to survive, because somehow her living will mean that Sephiroth's plans can work, essentially. Because, like I said, otherwise it feels weird for us to not have a sequence where the whole team can fight or, be all that much of use. Now,
I'm gonna get off of Mr. Nomura's wild ride.
Yes, Jesus Christ. Speaking of wild stuff, though, Red 13 can apparently act like a civilized human being. Okay, we always knew he could stand on hind legs, but now we can see him literally pose for pictures, or hell, even in that sailor's outfit, he can do a literal JoJo's pose. Holy cow. How does he even operate the gloves properly given his paws in there?
Custom made. We do get to see a scene of him being dragged around in chains, though, so I do wonder where does that take place in.
I wonder if it's going to be a flashback.
Flashback to when he was captured, because those events are actually portrayed in Before Crisis, so maybe it's that.
Another thing of note is that we see Sephiroth in Zack's timeline, but Sephiroth seems a little confused by this too, when he says, "No, not you." So this leads me to wonder, was this not part of Sephiroth's plan, and might Zack be the linchpin that involves defeating Sephiroth this time? But yeah, okay, I'll give him credit. This presentation did what a lot of presentations should do. It gave us info while giving us new questions, keeping things relatively fresh for the actual experience in that regard. But damn if some of these questions aren't big mind-bogglers. But, of course, one way they know that they're going to cash in, giving everyone summer outfits. It seems to be one of the hip things to do.
We're probably going to see those also in Ever Crisis. Because of cross promotions and everything.
Oh, speaking of Ever Crisis, do we ever get to the point of Don Cornea's mansion in that yet?
Not with our recordings, as in, I have already recorded raw-wise, stuff that happens there, yes, but we haven't, commented on it yet.
I was asking more so, has the game, developed that part?
Oh, yeah, okay, more recently, Jova, in terms of plot of the original 7, we have arrived after the Mithril Mines.
Interesting.
So there is that. And I'm guessing, again, it's only for a matter of recycling models, as in, as soon as Rebirth is out, we're gonna, have chapters with, with events that happen until the Forgotten Capital, because it's easier to recycle models until that point.
Which leaves me curious as to how Ever Crisis handled the cross-dressing part. Did they actually include that model in, or is it more like they just...
It does, it happens, but I can tell you that it's still a bit of a disappointment, because they oversimplify a lot of the entire sequence. But again, you'll have to see when it happens.
But yeah, bringing it back to Rebirth itself, again, it does look interesting and interactive. I guess I'll admit I do still have a bit of a worry in the back of my head that Square might overcomplicate things. It's kind of a Square thing in that regard. I'm hoping that they don't, and that... I guess at this point, I do want them to commit to having this be a relatively fresh venture. Which, yes, does mean it sucks for people who wanted proper remake stuff, since we are kind of sort of getting that, but at the end of the day, this is still actually a sequel to the original 7, and the 7 franchise as a whole, as far as we know. Although, given the fact that we know that there's no problems with GACT, I wonder if we might get some allusions to Genesis in Rebirth, since...
Probably. There's already that sequence in which... Rufus is receiving an emissary from Wutai, and he's surprised to see what he looks like. People are speculating that it's Glenn, one of the characters tied to the first Soldier story, which you'll have to see when we get to that in Ever Crisis. But again, that's just speculation.
Again, all enticing stuff. The music, I'm glad to see that they're going all out, But, like Tio, I'm hoping that this doesn't mean that they were strained in the development process for that, because crunch do be a problem, especially with the work culture over in Japan. So, like, I hope nobody had a breakdown over all this. That being said, the graphics look nice. Again, like I've said before, good graphics are important, but I think we're at a point where you shouldn't have to break the bank over good graphics. Like, at some points, that's what stylized graphics are for. But I digress. Like, the 7 Remake has its art style set, so, and it's square, so of course they'd go all out. And it does look very good and pristine. But yeah, I guess overall it looks good. I just hope Square don't botch the job in any way. Like, cause yeah, I'll admit people still are feeling the sting from the revelations of the 7 Remake. But I digress. Good show, Square. Good show.
Pedro?
No. Everything about it looks great. Like, I've already just accepted the idea that this is a deconstruction of video game remakes rather than an actual proper remake. So I'm just going with the flow at this point and seeing, because on its own merits, Remake was very excellently executed, both story-wise and gameplay-wise. And this gameplay-wise looks to be such a tremendous step up, because it takes everything that the original was and expands upon it by providing so much stuff to do. So I'm exceptionally looking forward to it. Gameplay wise, I don't really have any concerns whatsoever. Everything looks on point. So and I'm sure I'll have a blast with this. I'm also looking forward to seeing what they do with the story, see exactly where this goes, and what things will remain the same, what things will be different. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So it should be interesting to see. The game ends at the Forgotten Capital, so let's see if what happens to Aerith at the end of this. So it should be interesting. Yeah. The music sounds great. The visuals look great. Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
All right, that leaves me. It's still promising for what he wants to do. So I don't have any particular problems with that. Again, it's more about the questions lingering about how things end up into place. We even see a scene in which Zack is consoling a bruised up Aerith. Probably, if we need to piece what we saw from the previous trailers all together, it's more of a case where he sneaked in and gathered her body, because apparently everyone else, died during the events in his timeline, apparently. So we'll have to see how that turned out, unless it's the super weird twist is that, when dying in Cloud's timeline, Aerith gets transported into Zack's, which would be odd. But
Isekai, good lord.
Which, again, wouldn't surprise me, but again, we'll really have to see where the rabbit hole actually goes. No, it's cute also that they have more mini games than the original, a lot more than that. So there is that. Interesting choice I didn't commented on is that much for the other trailers, but interesting choice about wanting to have the more open world type formula. I guess it's the best way for them to represent what the world map was in the original game, but I had the feeling that people might have been, not super peppy to it after what happened with 15 and the promising development that it caused, having such a big open world. But it seems that it's doing more the trick, possibly also for nostalgia recognition. We'll have to see. So at the very least, there is that. So good on the game for it, sticking to it. Again, the combat seems fun enough because, as we saw, the stuff that was already present in Intergrade, it's being expanded upon with the combination attacks. It seems that it's maintaining the effects of Remake Part 1 in wanting to have fun with itself, and having the moments of seriousness being there when necessary. Kind of like your average Yakuza game, where the side activities are the most bonkers shit ever, but when it comes to talk about the plot, is as we say in the memes, the serious crime drama. So there is that. Again, it's all a matter of speculating what is gonna happen in the plot, where the jigsaw stuff happens. But maybe just thinking about it, at the end of the day, it has Gilgamesh in it, so it's a 10 out of 10 already. So But yeah, that's kind of it. We're not gonna record the game immediately, nor the demo for that matter, mostly because it's about having the game itself, in it. So it will be a bit redundant. By the time we're making this public, you probably haven't seen it yet, but we're also recording on the side occasionally the early moments of Ever Crisis, so you can expect that. I'm also personally about to handle the Power Roll Simulator section that includes Final Fantasy VII. So like we said in one of the Dark Souls 2 part, expect hopefully this year to be mostly FF7 related, but you'll need to wait a bit before Rebirth actually, start to get publicized here. And yes, also the Crisis Core remake, because again, the thing that we mentioned in the previous trailers, I get the feeling, the scent, that we kind of will need to have the others get the context of Crisis Core, especially because Cisne is in this, so we're kind of need to,
There's you can tell why they went out of the way to re-release Crisis Core, so that people can go in knowing this. We
haven't also, just to mention briefly, the voice acting. I checked a bit the voice actors for some of the new characters, and again, yeah, it seems good stuff enough, and even the new ones. Apparently, from what I've been told, one thing that is noticeable in the trailer is that they implement something that the original did not in the localization. As in, if you don't know, Red 13, up until the events of Cosmo Canyon, his way of speaking in the Japanese version is a specific dialect that reflects a more try-hard, mature, edgy, potentially stuff. But after the events of Cosmo Canyon, mellowed out and reflects more of his age. And apparently people notice that Max Mittelman's delivery seems to reflect that. So maybe they're wanting to go through that direction. Who knows? But again, we'll have to see. So stay tuned for whatever happens next to Final Fantasy VII related. Yeah.
Ta-ta!
Yeah.